Jet Force!
Gemini!
More
Jet Force.
Why are we still doing this?
We're doing one more planet.
Why are we still doing this?
It's just one planet tonight.
Why are we still doing
One
this?
planet. I'm a lady.
Hate your game.
Buddy.
Hate it. Hate it.
Hi. Oh, wow. Hi, everybody.
They
Woo!
are storming the gates.
Dead bugs.
They are storming the gates indeed.
Okay.
Bugs are people too, Jason.
I think definitionally they're not people. But that doesn't mean they're not sentient.
That's true.
All right, we're making
Wait,
progress.
what was that?
That's the door.
People.
Huh?
It's the door.
What is the definition of people? I actually do wonder that.
Homo sapiens.
Is it? Okay, I didn't know if that was actually. All right, that makes sense.
I mean, pretty
I
sure.
intuitively knew that, but I didn't know if like that was the actual definition of it.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's our first topic?
Well, actually, you want to just go into Red Dead Redemption 2?
I do.
That was the game that launched today?
I do.
Jeremy, you have played it. Jason, you have not played it.
I've not played it.
I have played about an hour and a half of it. I recorded it, but I have not uploaded it because I've been hella busy. But Jeremy, you've been playing it. How much have you played?
I am in chapter 3 now, so probably about I want to say 10 hours, 12 hours.
It's a weird gold bar.
I've been.
Jesus.
It's not
This
just
game is
that's
too
not
long.
just story that I've been doing, of course.
This game is too long. I'll get to that. But okay. So you've been playing 10 hours. What are your impressions?
I think it is. There are some things I don't like, but I think overall I like it. I enjoy the game. I have a lot of fun with it.
What are you liking about it?
It feels very realistic to me, to be honest. Like, for example, like one of the something that a lot of people don't like is like, oh man, it's so tedious and annoying to ride on a horse. And it's like, to me, that's a good thing because it's like it really did suck to ride on horses back then. Like I don't know, I kind of enjoyed that, and I enjoyed like the like I don't know, just the GTA style, of course, the Rockstar style of games. I just enjoy those in general. So even without storyline, I enjoy that. And then the story so far seems pretty cool. It's like the last era of the West. It seems pretty awesome. But that's about all the opinions I have on it too much.
But even though it's a decade before the first one?
Is it a decade before the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, the first one, or actually it's 12 years before. So Red Dead Redemption 1 was 1911, and Red Dead Redemption 2 is 1899.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I'm getting better at this game. What do you think?
Because, spoiler alerts, you see John Marston get his scar.
Really?
Yeah, that's what happens in the very first mission of the game. Or second mission or whatever, right? Where you go find John, and remember his face was all cut up? That's how he got the scar that he has in the second one.
Huh.
Yeah. So this is very clearly a prequel.
I didn't play it's been a long time since I played the first one, so...
Yeah, it's been a while.
I didn't read into it that much. I knew that was John Marston, but...
Yeah.
Huh.
So, I'll be honest. I'm not loving it. Now, to be fair, I didn't love Red Dead Redemption 1. I found it difficult to finish the first time. I didn't finish it the first time. I had to go back like a year later to finish it. So, probably... I'll be honest. I've only ever finished one Rockstar game, and it was Grand Theft Auto 5, and I beat it twice, and I don't know why I like that one so much. I never beat Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City. I barely played San Andreas. Never beat Grand Theft Auto 4. And Red Dead. I beat Red Dead, but it took me a concerted effort to do it because I didn't enjoy it all that much, to be honest with you. But I thought it was fine. It's just all those open world games, when they have so much to do, to me, it turns into a slog after a while.
Did you feel that way about Breath of the Wild?
In some ways, but I felt like it wasn't as bad.
Ooh, I can only play a little bit of that, and I got real tired real fast.
I think for me, I played through Breath of the Wild in such a short amount of time. That's what really helped. It's the same thing for Final Fantasy 15.
I feel like it was way easier to be linear in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. With Breath of the Wild, I do feel like for me, what made it work was that I had that week off right after it came out. And so I just sat and played it nonstop for like 4 days. And I think that's what helped me finish it. The same thing was true with Final Fantasy 15. I played it over Christmas break that year. 2015, I think it was.
Shit. Okay, well, we're back here.
And, or 2016, or I don't know, whatever damn year that was. Anyway, I played it over Christmas break, and so I played it straight through over like 4 days or something like that.
Stop. He's our friend. He's our friend.
No, he's the pedo guy.
No, stop. I want to hear.
But he's the pedo creeper. And look, he's doing a weird thing.
What?
What do we? What is this?
Let's do business. I got 3 pieces of gold. I had to give it to him to get a rocket launcher, and now I have it.
There's some shenanigans going on here.
Yeah. Woo. Get that money.
Money.
I'm glad we both knew that was.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so anyway, I may not be the best judge of a Rockstar game, but all the things that you talked about, yeah, I'm finding it very frustrating. I'm finding the game very tedious. So you're like, oh, I like the fact that like riding horses sucked back then. Yeah, lots of games suck, and that's why we don't, or lots of things in real life suck, and that's why we play games, because we don't want to do the things in real life that suck. I don't want to play a game that does their things that suck in real life. So I find it tedious. I find it slow paced. I'm an hour and a half into it, and there's a mission early on. It's like the second or third mission where you're going into that other gang's place or whatever. And I distinctly remember you get off the horse and you have to walk down a cliff to their place. And the cliff is so tall that you're just walking for like a minute. And I'm like, this is boring. What am I going to do? Let's do something. And then the mechanics are tedious. Like when you shoot, I talk about this in my playthrough, which again, I haven't posted yet because holy shit, I've been busy. But eventually I get posted. I talk about it in there. Like you have to pull the trigger to shoot. And then like when you pull it again halfway, it does like the reload clean thing. And then you pull it again another time to shoot again. And when you kill somebody, the auto aim doesn't release.
Got him.
So like you can't just like free aim. It's like I'm just finding the mechanics tedious.
Wait, you said you can't free aim? I can always free aim.
I don't know. For me, it auto aims, and then once I kill the person who I was auto aimed to, the aim's still sticking to them, and you actually have to release the trigger so that you can re-aim at somebody else because it only let you move so far away, even though they're dead. At least for me, that's what I felt like. Maybe I have a setting weird.
That's like a mechanic for most Rockstar games, I think. Like the way I've always played them is you aim instantly, like with auto aim on. If you're doing auto aim.
Yeah.
You aim at them, and then you drop your aim, and you pick it back up, and it'll change to somebody else.
Yeah, I know, but I just, I don't know.
So maybe I just don't notice that.
It feels more sluggish this time because, like I said, I played Grand Theft Auto 5, which is their last game. I beat it twice. I beat it on Xbox 360, and then I beat it again on PC. And I just don't remember it being that way.
I don't know. I feel like it was. It does feel something does feel a little bit different about this game.
Right.
I don't necessarily dislike it. I do like the Deadeye thing.
Oh my god.
Have you learned that
Sorry,
very
up
well?
and down is real hard.
The Deadeye meter.
Yeah, I mean, I played with it, but again, so that takes me to the other thing. There's just fucking meters everywhere. So there are a lot. There's like a stamina meter, and then there's a stamina meter inside the stamina meter that tells you how quickly you regenerate stamina. There's a health meter. There's a health meter inside the health meter that tells you how quickly you regenerate health. Your fucking horse has a stamina meter and a health meter, and it has like a friendship meter, and you have to fucking pet the thing. I'm like, ugh. And then if it gets too far away from you, you can't whistle for it anymore. It's so tedious.
You're gonna have to shoot these guys down, and you're gonna have to help.
Yeah.
Well, then stop moving the camera.
A big thing about it is like most of those things don't really matter as long as you're not playing it on like the hardest difficulty.
Got it. Get it.
That's
one more.
I guess kind of plus on it is that I don't really ever worry about most of the bars except the one that's like how much health do I have right now. And then when I'm just like riding on my horse, I'll be like, okay, do I have like my which they're called cores.
Oh my god,
this one guy.
I don't know. To me, it just feels like there's so many meters, and
there are a lot.
It's a micromanagement game, and I'm not a micromanagement fan.
It is very micromanagement.
I don't like micromanaging. I don't like being micromanaged. And I feel like both things are happening with that game at the same time.
Do you like being good at aiming? I really wish you would hit this guy. Hit this guy.
You keep moving the
Yeah,
fucking
woo!
camera.
We got
All right,
him.
Stop. Seriously, don't be so loud. You're peaking the levels.
All right.
So be careful with that. Hey, can't. Oh, okay. I guess I wasn't supposed to do anything. I don't know. So to me, and then the other thing is, it's like, man, I'm getting fucking old now, and I don't have all this time, especially doing all this stuff. And it's like, so people are like, oh, the campaign takes like 60 hours, and then
Wow.
like you can go like 130 hours. And I'm like, this is why I didn't play The Witcher 3. I don't have that kind of time. Like, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm an adult. I got shit to do.
I don't
And-
know. I enjoy that because it's like I find myself a lot of times beating games way too fast, and it's a nice new experience that I cannot beat this game very fast. There's so much to do, even just the story.
I
that
love-
like.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. That's all.
I love beating games fast.
See those babies? See the larvae?
I want a game that takes no more than 8 to 10 hours. If I can beat a game in 5 to 6 hours, oh, mwah. I love it. I love it.
I just
It's-
can't.
I don't like a game
feel
wasting
like,
my time.
True. I mean, I guess a little bit, but like, I don't know.
I'm
I
with
just feel
Jeremy.
like
I like a
those
long-
games-
I
it's
like
just-
a long
I
game,
like
too.
to spend a lot of time doing something.
I feel like if you have, when I was, well, even when I was younger, I didn't really like games that took a long time to beat. But either way, I was more understanding of it. And to me, again, it's part of it's that I'm getting older. And then I think the other part of it is just that there's so many games to play that it's like,
Execute the children.
it's not like when you were, when we were kids and it was like, oh, there's one good game a year coming
Yeah.
out. It's like, no, there's already been several good games come out this year. And there's games that I want to play that I haven't even gotten to, like Forza Horizon 4.
And they're all the same games. So.
And Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So I haven't finished Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
True.
So it's like, I feel like there's just so many good games coming out. I'd rather just have good, concise
Shoot the baby.
experiences.
Shoot the baby.
I guess like I
Yeah.
never get like super interested in buying most of those games. Like Tomb Raider, I wasn't that interested in buying. I never bought. I wasn't super into. I do like Forza Horizon, but it's just a free play game for me. And
Yeah.
so I don't know. It's just nice for me personally. I like this a really long story game like this. Because like for example, like I remember it would take forever to play through Final Fantasy X.
Where did that
That
go?
game, and then I played Final Fantasy 15, and I was like, I beat this in like 6 hours.
Wait, you beat Final Fantasy 15 in 6 hours?
I don't know if it was actually 6 hours.
I was gonna say, 'cause it was
felt
like-
very short.
It was like
know
60
how-
for me.
No, it was very short. I beat it very quickly.
Yeah, I don't know.
In fact,
how
I
fast
beat
was,
it
but
without
was
ever
long.
leveling up on accident because I forgot you could level up.
Oh. Well,
Yeah, I
I
didn't
guess
like
that's
the
the thing. I
level
did a lot of
up.
side stuff.
Was it worth
Oh,
it?
I did.
Huh?
Was it worth it?
I mean, it made the end of the game super easy.
Ah.
I got to the end and I just cakewalked through it.
Crap.
Because my experience, I'm not a Final Fantasy person either. So my experience with Final Fantasy, my last Final Fantasy game that I played was 10, and I got frustrated as hell with it because I got to the end and I got to that one boss, and she pissed me off because it took me like 4 hours to beat it.
Unaleska?
Yeah, Unaleska, and
Oh,
it took me
yeah.
like 4 hours to beat it.
Ah, she's so easy.
And
She is.
well, okay, but anyway, I'm not gonna get into Final
Was
Fantasy
it,
10
was it
because
for
this
us
isn't
as
about
kids?
this.
Not
Life
as
Force
kids.
story.
It was hard.
Well, even for me, I mean, I just played it like a year and a half ago. I never played it when I was a
Oh.
kid, and but it's just I don't play JRPGs, and so that game was like I just wasn't prepared for the mechanics that it uses. Like the first time I died, it was like 45 minutes in, and it was when she hits you with
Megadeth.
yeah, she hits you with Megadeth,
I remember.
and I had cured myself from the zombie
oh,
the last time, and it's like, oh no, you're supposed to not cure yourself from zombie. I was like, what the fuck kind of game mechanic is this?
It's awesome.
No, and it just really annoyed me because I just wasted 45 minutes and then died because I cured myself. Fuck you. So anyway, it was things like that were frustrating, but I finally made it through it, and I was like 45 hours in the game, and I was like, oh, this is the end. She's the final boss. And then it's like, oh no, here's a whole new place. And I was like, nope, I'm out. Done. So my experience with Final Fantasy was I didn't finish them. And then
Ooh.
Final Fantasy 15 came out, and I was like, I was really enjoying the sides missions, and I think because it was an action RPG instead of turn-based. And so I was really enjoying doing all the side stuff, and I was like, and I don't want to get fucked like that, so I'm gonna level up. And then I leveled up. So by the time I got to the last chapter, by the time I went to that other place that you go midway through, I forget what it's called, but you know, you go to like that other area, the water area or whatever. By the time I did that, like a little over halfway through the game, I was at like a level 48 or 50 or something like that.
Oh man.
And so I just fucking rolled through it. And I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have leveled up so much because I just cakewalked through the end of it. But like the final boss, I just beat it first time.
It's that way in Final Fantasy X too. You can just grind for an hour or two, and then like in each section, not even an hour or two, maybe like 20 minutes. If you just grind for 20 minutes, in each section you get to, you'll be so overpowered. It's not even funny how easy that game becomes after that.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing for me is that I'm not big on grinding, which is weird because the game that I played the most, that I have played the most in my life, is NCAA football. And it's just all grinding. And I have put, I kid you not, I probably put thousands of hours into all the different versions of NCAA football over the years. So I recognize it's like, it's a thing that you have to enjoy the mechanics. And I really enjoy the mechanics of football games. And I'm really disappointed they don't make them anymore.
Yeah.
So I totally get that, different strokes for different folks. I'm not blaming anybody for liking Red Dead Redemption 2. It's just, I don't think I will finish it.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It may not be your cup of tea.
Yeah. And to be honest, I kind of expected that. The only reason I got it was because they were running all those deals where if you bought Red Dead Redemption 2, you got an Xbox One X for $100 cheaper.
I never played the first one.
So,
ooh, found him.
So I went ahead and did that, and I got one of the bundles with the $400 white Xbox One X.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. How is it, by the way?
The Xbox One X?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. I already have an Xbox One X. That's what we're playing on right now.
Oh, okay.
So I just wanted the white one.
Fair enough. I like it.
I'm collecting consoles. I never had the chance to collect like special edition consoles when I was growing up because I was poor, and I'm not poor anymore. So now I'm collecting. So I have like the God of War PS4 Pro and the Spider-Man PS4 Pro. And so I saw the white Xbox One X, and I was like, I'm waiting for a white Xbox One X, and there it is. So, and it's $100 cheaper. Enough. So, I guess I'm getting Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah. I like it.
Is the exit?
I'm having fun with it though, but I don't really grind it too hard on Red Dead. It's a nice game to play for me. Like every time I play it, I have a lot of fun, but I don't play it like constantly. It's not like.
Yeah.
The only games that I'll play where like I'll play them and I'll like neglect sleep for are games where either A, I'm playing with a friend, or B, I'm playing like the story just has me captivated. And the story doesn't have me captivated by any means. Like the story is not like the best story I've ever seen, but it is fun and interesting, and I do like that.
Yeah. Well, I think, and to be clear, it's not open world games in general that I have a problem, or like across the board. Because I just don't like open world games where they get grindy and you feel like you're doing repetitive stuff. And so a perfect example was Far Cry 5. I played it earlier this year and I beat it, but I was like, man, at first I was really liking it. In the first 15, 20 hours, I was like, oh, there's a lot of good stuff going on here. And then eventually I was like, I'm doing the same fucking thing over and over again. Let's just get to the end of this story. And so the games that I like that are open world that really hold my interest are ones that they're not so repetitive. I feel like Spider-Man had that same issue too. We talked about it a little bit last week, but I still like Spider-Man. I got the platinum in it.
Can you snipe that guy? Good shot.
Well, you walked through a door. What do you want me to do? Anyway, so I mean, clearly, so I've gotten 3 platinums in the last year, and they were all open world games. It was Spider-Man on PS4. Which, I just got God of War earlier this year and Horizon Zero Dawn last year. Okay, there you go. And those are all open world games that have all kinds of side stuff. But I felt like especially God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn were really concise and they didn't get repetitive. And all the side stuff, especially in God of War, all the side stuff felt like it really meant something, and it was really new and unique.
It's just all really fun, worth doing.
It was such a well put together and well paced game. and I'm just not getting that from Red Dead Redemption 2 so far. And I didn't, to be fair, I didn't get it from Spider-Man either, and I still like Spider-Man because I thought the story was that good. But
Yeah.
the story made it worth
like,
it. But
so I guess like the big difference between
Sniper.
it and Spider-Man is
Kill the sniper.
Red Dead Redemption is like a big thing. They're trying to do what they did with GTA 5, where GTA 5 has been milked since I think it came out in 2012, and it's still getting new updates. I think to this day.
Yeah.
Like, they like the online playability and like the fun you can have with it is like with friends and things like that is what they're going for. I think like more than story, and so I think that's where that might come from.
Well,
because Spider-Man is obviously like when you play Spider-Man, you know you're going to play that game because you want a story about Spider-Man.
Yes,
and like Red Dead Redemption 2, you're going, I want to go play basically GTA 5 in
Sniper.
Old West.
Yeah,
you know
but see, that's the thing. GTA 5 gets a little boring. I like stories, and GTA 5, you know, even though I finished GTA 5, it gets a little boring. But I thought the setting was cool enough that I finished it, and I don't like westerns, so.
So fair enough, and that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Do you like samurai movies?
Not particularly, because they're the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I'm not, you know, ironically, somebody who's part Japanese, I don't like Japanese entertainment in general. I don't like most Japanese video games. I don't like Japanese movies.
People, racist.
Yeah, I hate Japs. I was gonna say Japanese people, but I felt like I should be more cutting edge, and I can do it because I'm quarter Japanese. Yeah. So, fuck off, snowflakes. Okay. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We missed a person somewhere.
Are we? I don't know. Are we missing anything? What are we doing?
We're gotta kill a guy.
Oh, okay. That's a novel game mechanic.
We're missing a guy.
Anyway, so I will say with Red Dead Redemption 2, the last thing I'll say in terms of my impressions are, I think especially with all the stuff we've been talking about the last few weeks with crunch at Rockstar, it's like you can see it in the game. Technically speaking, it's impressive the amount of detail they put into it. But and a lot, I'm not the first person to say this by far, but I play it and I'm like, it feels like you spent a lot of time making these people work overtime to put things in there that didn't make the game fun. That sometimes made the game less fun. I would have rather you just let your people work 40 hours a week and not made the horse's balls shrink in the cold weather. Or not have some ridiculously stupid animation to just pick up loot from somebody. Yeah. It's like let that person get a 60-hour week instead of a 100-hour week, and then don't have me have to wait, 4 or 5 seconds to watch him pick somebody's body up. Just let me hit a button and get loot. That's what I want. I got things to do.
I dig it.
So that's my opinion on it, and that actually segues nicely into the next story, which is Red Dead Redemption 2 might have a reference to developer crunch in it.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Someone snuck it in?
Yeah, so apparently there is... I
don't know where I'm going, but go ahead.
Well, apparently there's a weapon that you can buy, and it's based off of the Army Colt from that time era. Mm-hmm. It's not called that. I forget what it's called. Anyway, but when you buy it, it's got you get a little advertising clip in the game for how they were advertising it in the catalog or whatever, and it says, quote, "A sidearm for many years of the U.S. Army. It is manufactured at a factory we own and control in Worcester, Massachusetts. It is made by skilled laborers who work tireless hours each week and on the weekends for little pay in order to bring you the finest revolver in the field today." End quote. So people were reading that as like, oh, look, some developer put in there about people working tirelessly to bring you this finest game. Yeah. And, because we talked about it when the story first broke, but since then, and I still haven't read it completely, but Jason Schreier, who's a boss over at Kotaku, he did a whole long article about the culture of crunch and overtime at Red Dead or at Rockstar. And a lot of people, were saying like, yeah, it's pretty bad. And there's a lot of hours worked. And even a lot of people came on either they don't work there anymore, and so they talked to him. And then he talked to some people who still work there, and so they came forward anonymously. But even there were some people on the record, and they were saying like, yo, no, it's a great place to work. I mean, like, yeah, sometimes we work a lot of hours, but it's because we're passionate. Yeah. And it's like, so clearly it's a thing that's still going on. And
Careful, don't blow us up.
and yeah. So anyway, so it seems like maybe somebody snuck that in there.
No, that's cute. I like that.
So
I like bitterness.
especially when you're sticking it to the man.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
like sticking it to the man.
Ooh,
The
look at
Red
this.
Dead man.
Yeah. The man isn't entitled to anything. Never forget that. And by the way, the man don't care about you.
Mm-mm.
I mean, we talked
True.
about that several weeks ago with Telltale, where people were working till 3 a.m. the day before they all got laid off. And it was like, and without severance. And it was like, they do not care. You can work your ass off and they will just fire you and not give you severance.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I get, and I've done it, right? And especially when you're young. I mean, when I first started working right out of college, there were some weeks that I worked 60, 70 hours, right? And I worked on the weekends to get stuff done. And you're like, no, I'm passionate about it and I'm trying to set a good example. And now I'm 8 years into it and I'm like, I'm just here to do my 40, man. If that's not good enough, you just need to hire somebody else because you're not paying me anymore. So, which
Yeah,
is
that's a pretty
obviously,
good reason.
I mean, obviously it's not really true.
Ooh,
I still work
we
overtime.
got chests.
I still work overtime from time to time when
Yeah.
it's needed. You know, you'll do it in areas where you need, but like as a regular
Not
thing,
just to do it.
not just to do it, but because like, you know, you don't want to let people down. Even then, I got to be honest, it kind of bothers me. It's like, okay, budget time better, right? When you're
Right.
planning this project, you should have anticipated for that. And that's the thing, because you always tell them how much resources you need and they never give you what you ask for.
Mm-hmm.
So this always happens. And it's like, so the best you could do is, and that's what sucks about it, is because then it leads to this whole stupid fight where you always budget for more resources than you really need, because then you know they won't give you what you ask for.
Right.
So it's always like, if we could just agree that like to just give us what we ask for, then we could all just cut the bullshit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's just not how it works. But so yeah, you work overtime and you do it and sometimes you do it because you do want to, right?
Right.
So especially if you're getting paid for it. But even if you're not getting paid for it, which I don't get paid for overtime, you know, you do it because you're like, okay, I'm invested in this project and I want to see it work and it's the right thing to do and it's, you know, it's going to help somebody else, right? Especially we deal with so much international people. I want to get this done before they come into work in China or something like that, you know?
Right.
So there are things you do, and it's not regular where you know where I work, and nobody really asks you most of the time. So I, you know, I'm not complaining about where I work, but it's just in general, I just tell people, and as you get older, again, these are the things you learn. Motherfucker,
He's fine. They're fine.
it's red goo. He turned into red goo.
Jam.
He's not fine.
Teddy Jam.
Teddy Jam.
Is that the sequel to Space Jam? Actually, this is in space.
It is in space.
We just turned him into Space Jam.
It's the final frontier. Woo! There we go.
My voice didn't really go that high, did it?
Nope.
Nope.
Didn't
One of my
want it.
coworkers dressed up as a red shirt for Halloween.
Aw.
Oh, so he died at lunch? He died before the lunch break? Oh, actually, that's kind of bad because I forgot you're in the military.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's kind of a generic joke most of the time, but that actually didn't work out that well. I apologize.
Here. Oh, look at these
I
guys.
didn't think ahead there. Okay, no, let's stop killing the bears.
What's
Why
wrong
are we
with
so murdering them?
I like it.
Why are we murdering the teddy bears? What did they do?
I don't know, but
They looked at me wrong.
trying to take our
They
jobs.
didn't do anything. That's the problem.
They're taking our jobs. I killed these guys. Dead
It's
guy.
not their best they're sending, okay?
Yeah.
It's not the best.
There's-
They're bringing crime. Yes, thank you. Don't kill him.
Lucky you. Didn't see you there.
You get amnesty.
Oh man, that guy blew himself
You're
up.
you're one of the 10%.
Oh, kill that sniper. Kill
I'm
that
working
sniper.
on it. I'm working on it. It's so hard to aim. There
Got
we go.
him. Good shot. Let's blow this thing and go home. Ah!
Run around. Run around. We gotta get behind them. They have shields.
Nah, you can go through it. You gotta be forceful.
It feels dirty.
You just gotta show them who's boss. Oh hey guys.
Oh, there's another one.
No, there's not.
Okay, next story. PlayStation Classic, the PlayStation Mini console.
Ooh, what games are on it? What games are on it?
Oh, that's kind of disappointing. Okay.
I bet it's not.
Well, okay. Let's get the good ones out of the way first.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII,
Score.
Metal Gear Solid,
Score.
Grand Theft Auto.
Score. Yeah, score.
Eh,
Grand Theft Auto was on PS3 or PlayStation.
yeah,
Original?
Yeah.
the original
Remember
Grand Theft Auto and Grand Theft Auto 2 were on PlayStation. They were top down. People don't remember them. They weren't very popular.
Oh, right. Do
Grand
remember
Theft
now.
Auto 3 was the first big one that was 3D open world.
Yes.
So anyway, Grand Theft Auto is there. Oddworld Abe's Odyssey. People tend to like that.
Look, it froze the screen.
Rayman. A lot of people like that. Ridge Racer Type 4. Siphon Filter. I'm excited about that. But outside of that, not great. Battle Arena Toshinden. Thoughts on that?
No. What?
I have no thoughts because I
What
don't
was
know
it
what
called?
that is.
Battle Arena Toshinden.
Tolshinden.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Like, I've never
I
played it.
hadn't heard of it. I don't know what it is. What is it about?
Yeah.
Who knows? Cool Borders 2.
Don't know it.
Snowboarding game. Destruction Derby.
Don't know about it. What does it do?
I
Who knows?
assume I know what it is.
Who
I
knows?
played it.
Intelligent Cube with a Q. Yep. Jumping Flash. Does that sound like a real game to you?
I don't know what it is.
Nope.
Yeah, you're noticing a trend, aren't you?
Yeah.
Mr. Driller.
Uh.
Resident Evil Director's Cut. Revelations Persona. So I guess that was the first Persona game.
Never heard of it.
You never heard the Persona series? Those are actually pretty popular. Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. Which clearly
No idea.
must be a riff on Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, but with puzzles. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Tekken 3. That's a fairly popular game.
Yeah.
Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. But the PlayStation version is not that good. Twisted Metal. Which Twisted Metal is a
do it,
pretty
Jason.
popular game. Don't do it. Don't stop.
Don't.
Stop.
How do I zoom in?
Stop.
How do I
Stop. Don't do it.
I'm not gonna do it. How do I zoom in?
The last game is Wild Arms. Don't do it.
How do I zoom in?
I don't know. Move on. Stop.
Why are you being so awful about this?
You're trying to murder space bears.
Why are you being so awful about me murdering?
You're trying to turn
innocent-
space teddy bears into Space
I'm trying
Jam.
to figure out how to use my sniper. Actually, I don't know how to use it.
Well, use it to shoot a barrel. Don't use it to shoot those
How do
innocent
how do I?
refugees.
Is it another button?
Anyway, so you notice a trend there of what the fuck are these games?
Yeah. A lot of those I don't know what they are.
Yeah, and you also notice a trend of a lot of games missing. No Crash Bandicoot,
Oh yeah.
no Spyro. Final Fantasy VII is the only one there, so there's no Final Fantasy 6, 8, 9. People like those.
No.
I'm disappointed that there's no Siphon Filter 2 or 3. Yeah, obviously, like I said, no Spyro. But that one doesn't bother me as much because they're just doing the re-release.
Is
And I
the-
guess Crash Bandicoot, they just did the
What is
Insane
the
trilogy.
original
but-
Rainbow Six like?
It's a very tactical, slow-paced, squad-based shooter, FPS, but it doesn't look that great on the PlayStation. So it doesn't run all that well. And especially because the PlayStation Classic ships with the digital controller, not the DualShock. So there's no analog sticks. So playing a first-person shooter with a D-pad, not ideal.
Oh man. Yeah, that sounds pretty rough.
Yeah. A D-pad and just face buttons, no analog sticks at all.
Whew.
So not sure how that's going to work out.
All right, I gotta make this. I gotta make this right here. Someone time it just right. 1, 2, 3, and then
Three,
Go.
go.
1, 2,
2, 3,
3.
go.
Yeah.
It's like that scene in Galaxy Quest.
Yeah. Who would
I'll be
build
honest,
this?
It was really making me mad watching you do that because it took you so long.
Wow.
I know, right?
Jim,
He just
Jim,
kept
the-
sitting there.
The
sitting there.
controls are really
Sluggish.
not just sluggish,
Understood.
inaccurate.
Yeah.
Wow, what is happening here? What is this about?
What is this? What is this
Isn't
room?
this a map that you can fight each other at?
Yeah, this feels like an FPS, like a GoldenEye multiplayer map, or really a Perfect Dark
Yeah.
multiplayer map.
Okay, oh shit, there he is.
What are we doing? Oh, when you step on the yellow thing, the
Yes,
yellow thing moves.
I hear you. I'm there.
Did you notice when you step on the yellow thing moves?
I did pick that up.
Okay. Do you think when you step on the red thing moves?
I'm getting more and more confident by the minute that is the case. Okay, it goes there.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if you
And
stepped
goes
on the
there.
purple thing and the purple thing didn't move?
Yeah,
That would be an
a-
interesting game mechanic.
that'd be a riot.
That'd be an interesting game
I
mechanic.
find that so funny.
That would be as revolutionary as when Psycho Manus told you to put your controller on the floor. Or to plug your controller into the other port. You remember that?
No, he didn't tell you to.
No, he didn't tell you to. You had to figure out.
Yes.
Remember that? God, what a game.
I think that the kernel will
game.
tell you.
Yeah, it's like, man. I like the end too. Like how you could just skip forward a couple weeks and he'd die.
Well, see, now you're
Oh
talking
my
about
God.
Metal Gear Solid. What are you doing?
Nothing. I left.
Stop.
I left the little boy
Well, I just
alive.
mean the Metal Gear series in general.
Yeah, but see, now you're talking about Metal Gear Solid 3, the objectively worst Metal
Yes,
Gear
thank-
game.
Oh, that's not true.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's.
It's a whole thing.
That was-
It's a whole thing.
my
Go back
gosh,
and watch previous episodes where you weren't on here. We played through Metal Gear Solid 3, and I talk about why it's my least favorite Metal Gear.
Oh,
My feelings are very firm on this.
fair enough.
Oh, I can move this green one.
I have unpopular gaming opinions, and I'm not afraid to admit that.
Hey, that's fine.
I
Is there a
think
door somewhere?
I think Majora's Mask is the worst Zelda.
Yep, we talked about that. I remember that.
Yeah, I think Metal Gear Solid 3 is the worst Metal Gear. I don't like Final Fantasy games. I have unpopular gaming opinions, and I'm not ashamed of them.
Okay.
I'm ashamed of you. I'm ashamed for you.
Well, you know
my
what?
favorite
You should be
game.
ashamed for yourself.
And you
Look
know,
at this.
you know who's gonna bear the brunt of this?
Oh my!
Look what you did. You almost killed every single one.
I'm upset. You know I'm upset. You can feel it. You can feel it. Oh, look! It has Wi-Fi. That's cool. That's very forward thinking.
Mercenary bot at your service. You want health, ammo, dodgy motor, insurance job? I like it.
I mean, when you name a bot a mercenary bot, there's really only
Get
one
away
way
from
his
me.
life is going to go.
It's true.
Not
away
really
from
give
me.
him a lot of career opportunities.
She says, "Get away from me, you awful thing."
Okay, I'm going to jump ahead to a different topic. We're
Yeah.
going to get political for a second.
Just a second.
What?
Just the tip.
Oh, I thought you were asking me to wait for just a second,
Just the chip.
just to see how it feels.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna get the political one out of the way. We had our fun. I'm gonna get the political one out of the way, and then we'll go back to some fun.
Yeah.
Google employees staged a walkout worldwide today over sexual harassment. And by today, I mean Thursday, November 1st,
Bunch of babies.
2018.
What'd they do it for?
So, essentially, people were upset because Google has kind of a history of some high-level executives being accused and honestly found guilty, at least internally, from internal reviews, of sexually harassing other employees. And the company responded by firing them, but then paying them tens of millions of dollars at the same time. So Andy Rubin, who was the founder of Android,
Yeah.
he obviously was at Google at the time. Get him. You're a monster. How do you sleep at night?
In the bed. Come. You're
Don't do
free.
it.
You're
Don't do
free. Oh, it's okay. He's a good boy. Ah. Oh, no. Ah. Dodge.
Duck.
You know I'm unhappy. You can see it.
It's okay. They deserve it. Oh.
This is borderline unacceptable. Anyway, as I was saying, so for example, Andy Rubin was accused of sexual harassment, for which Google fired him and paid him $90 million after they fired him for sexual harassment.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and there was another executive, I forget who it was.
Paul, would you be willing to let me sexually harass you so that I can have $90 million and not have to work?
I mean, if we split it 50-50,
I dig it.
Okay.
I dig it.
Now all you need to do is become an executive at Google.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
I'm on it.
So there was also the former SVP, which I guess is Senior Vice President of Search, Amit Singhal, was similarly reported to have received an exit package worth millions after leaving amid allegations of sexual misconduct, while Google ex-director Rich Duvall was allowed to keep his job when Google decided to take appropriate corrective action, unquote, following claims made by a prospective employee. He didn't even wait till they were hired.
Oh, wow.
He was just sexually harassing people in interviews, apparently.
Oh, man.
And he kept his job.
Power move.
He resigned earlier this week. So the reason all this came out is the New York Times did a big expose about this.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so basically people around the world at Google offices decided to do a walkout. And they had a set of demands. They asked for 5 concrete changes to company policies. 1, an end to forced arbitration in cases of harassment and discrimination.
Mm-hmm.
Which...
Fair.
I think great. I think we should just get rid of forced arbitration entirely.
I think it's real weird.
It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Nonsense. Ow. Get out of here with your forced arbitration bullshit. 2, a commitment to end pay and opportunity inequality or inequity. It's kind of the same thing. Not really, but I think in this case it's interchangeable. 3, a publicly disclosed sexual harassment transparency report. 4, a clear, uniform, globally inclusive process for reporting sexual misconduct safely and anonymously. And 5, elevate the chief diversity officer to answer directly to CEO and make recommendations directly to the board of directors. In addition, appoint an employee representative to the board, which I like that. I'm always a fan of putting employee representatives on boards. Well, I am. It works pretty well.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm sure. Okay.
In Germany, they have a law where any company with more than 2,000 employees, just under 50% of the board has to be worker representatives.
Sounds like a plan, comrade.
That's not really how communism works.
I'm sure it isn't. I'm not upset about it. It's fine.
It works pretty well. Germany has the strongest economy in Europe, so
I'm all about it. I'm not really down on it, man. What's up?
What?
I'm not down. Is that the 5th one?
Yeah, that was the 5th one.
Okay.
Anyway,
did they get it?
Well, I mean, it just happened today, so it's unlikely we'll know today.
So I really wish that I could have practiced on those teddy bears, because now I don't know how to use my sniper rifle.
Well,
I really don't know how to use it.
I don't know how to handle you right now.
No, that's shoot. that's change gun. How do we do this?
Try turning it off and back on again.
This Let's Play is getting better by the minute.
Oh, don't say that.
Murdering teddy bears, not being able to figure out sniper rifles. Riveting content. We're really showing our best life. Imagine if somebody comes into this and this is the first episode they see.
Imagine if you could shoot at the bugs that are shooting us so that we don't die.
Well, sometimes you don't get what you want. That's life.
I'm trying to Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to shoot these guys first.
Shoot who?
He's there.
What are we doing?
There's a guy over here.
The bug people.
What are we doing?
Oh, they're already dead. Crazy. Okay.
Oh, they're still there.
Are they?
Yep.
What are we doing?
Well, these guys lit me up earlier, so I was careful.
Yeah, they did. They lit you up.
I'm getting the sky dudes.
Oh, way to go. Good shots.
Yeah, I got the sky dudes.
Get them.
Hate your game. Hate it.
Stop it.
Is anybody excited for Kingdom Hearts 3?
Not really.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I might play it.
I'm excited for it.
I never played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I bought the HD remaster, the awesomely named Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 remix.
Wow.
Yep.
Look at you.
Yeah. And Square Enix and their names, man, especially with Kingdom Hearts.
Well, you made it. I don't know what's behind this door, but I bet it's a boss. What do you think?
Are you aware that there's a Kingdom Hearts game called Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is it called that?
Who the fuck knows?
They did not want to make a sequel, man. I don't know.
Japan.
Why they put 3, but they have pushed 3 off for so long. It is not even funny.
Earlier this year, because 3 is getting ready to come out and it's taking forever, so they released a prologue, just like a little short intro.
Oh.
Take a guess what it was called. Kingdom Hearts 2.8 prologue.
Wow.
And by the way, you think it's bad. It's even worse when you realize, like, when I say HD 1.5 and 2.5 and 2.8, the 2s are Roman numerals, but the 5 isn't.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is...
It's literally II.8.
I'm pretty sure that this is a boss. I'm not a doctor, but I'm confident. I bet it's a giant bug.
Feels like it's going to be a boss. Is it going to be Eggman?
I bet it's a giant teddy bear.
I bet
They're
it's a
probably
bug.
pissed.
Yeah,
that would be great. What if the
coming
game
back for their
responded to it?
vengeance, yeah.
Yeah.
What if the game responded to it, and as we're fighting this boss, the teddy bears just gang up on us and help the boss?
Oh,
they're like, hey, they just made us clean the floors. You fucking murder us.
No, I got it. The more bears you kill, the more you turn into a bug. Your character will slowly morph into a bug. I really like that.
That's why you're blue.
but I just want to say objectively,
they're delicious.
I mean, we're supposed to be helping these teddy bears and against these evil bugs. The bugs were just making that teddy bear clean the floor. You're just murdering them in cold blood.
I'm putting them out of their misery.
From cleaning the floor?
Have to clean another floor.
Slavery is a choice. Hashtag Kanye.
Hashtag easy.
Oh, yeah, I heard he recanted. I heard he said that...
Yeah, to be fair, it's not... I mean, I'm being exceedingly fair to Kanye when I say some people...
are dumb.
There are some things there where it's like, I kind of get some of the things he's saying sometimes, but he's just... There's a good point, but I don't think he understands that he's making a good point.
They're saluting him.
I wonder if I think he's really bad at expressing himself, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when he patted him, like when he was like all... This is my man with the... I was very clear he was pro-Trump, so, I mean, he expresses it pretty goddamn well.
Yeah. But I feel like he is pro everybody.
I don't think the character...
Except George Bush.
I don't think the protagonist sees the antagonist. Oh! Yes. The second act.
So do you think that's the body, or is it wearing a dress?
It's an egg sack full of teddy bears. All right, I don't know what we're doing. Oh, gross.
I feel like that doesn't make sense. An egg sack full of maggots makes sense, and it's throwing them at us.
I'm going to make a guess to shoot the arms.
Yep.
Got it. Oh my god, stop doing that.
They like to dangle things you're supposed to shoot. It's a big thing in games.
Got it.
Maybe the fangs now? Nope.
Maybe these things? Nothing's flashing when I shoot them.
Yeah.
My trigger finger's getting tired.
No, calm down then.
Switching fingers.
Reload. Oh,
I feel like I'm jerking off this controller.
Wow. Okay. Weird.
That was a thing that happened.
Now it's the arms. Oh.
Wow. You were not paying attention to our health.
I was not. I'm really sorry, everyone. I let us all down.
I wasn't either.
we have two more important stories, but I'm going to leave them till we get done with... Or wait, are we going right back into this boss fight?
Let's go back to this boss fight.
Hopefully this boss fight doesn't take 8 years like the last time.
Wasn't that bad?
Took forever.
It took forever last time.
Yeah, it was okay.
Go back and watch it. It took forever.
We did it though.
The last episode was long too. It was like an hour and a half.
Wow. How are we at right now?
We're at like 50 minutes. We'll be fine.
Hands.
Well, actually,
He has hands.
Actually, we weren't. Yeah, we were recording before we were ready. So just to let all the listeners out there, we actually record extra content that you don't get to hear because we don't like you that much. I'm just kidding. We love you.
We're saving those for the bloopers video.
No, we're saving those for never. I should delete them because they can be incriminating.
Incriminating.
You should all be very worried at the dirt I have on both of you from our pre-roll recordings.
It's not my voice, and you can't prove it.
They can do anything with fakes these days. AI can fake anything.
Oh man, It's so hard to.
I just don't know where I'm supposed to be shooting.
The back, I guess.
Wedding dress. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now it's the arms.
You got to shoot. I'm dodging.
We already got one of them.
I'm dodging. I'm working on dodging.
Well, but see, you keep moving, and I can't. Hey.
I'm dodging.
I'm okay if you strafe. Oh my God, you're almost dead.
No, we're okay.
Almost got it.
One more.
Almost.
One more. Come on, baby.
God, the aiming is so trash.
Oh, bullshit that I didn't hit him.
Oh, you got it.
wait.
Now shoot him in the face a couple times, I think, maybe.
Oh, this aiming is trash. Oh, got him.
Second try. What up?
What the fuck is that?
It's a crab.
It has no head or appendages. What is it? How is it floating?
Oh, wow.
That looks like an umbilical cord. Maybe we killed its mom when we destroyed its wedding dress.
She felt bad about it.
Yeah.
What is happening? This game, man. I don't know what the hell is going on.
I love this game so much. I'm so into it. I forgot how wonderful it is.
I feel like we're just walking from one acid trip to another.
Massacre to the next. One LSD fueled massacre to the next.
Speaking of, that takes us to our next story.
Yeah.
Which is some scientists gave some octopi some Molly,
Oh.
some MDMA.
Oh, yeah. What happened?
Okay, so after hanging out in a bath containing ecstasy, so this is from Gizmodo. After hanging out in a bath containing ecstasy, the animals moved to a chamber with 3 rooms to pick from. A central room, one containing a male octopus, and another containing a toy. This is a setup frequently used in mice studies. Before MDMA, the octopuses avoided the male octopus, but after the MDMA bath, they spent more time with the other octopus. They also touched the other octopus in what seemed to be an exploratory rather than aggressive manner.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Now, you're probably curious. So Gizmodo goes on to say, you're probably curious. Did the octopuses, which is not right, it should be octopi.
Octopi.
Did the octopi freak out?
Mm.
Do you think they freaked out?
No. I think they were just like super chill.
The scientists.
I already read this. But
yeah. The scientists didn't discuss such behavior in the paper because it's hard to quantify without anthropomorphizing the octopi.
Yeah.
But yes, the octopuses acted like they took ecstasy. At first, when they received a little too much MDMA, they breathed erratically and turned white. But on lower doses, one animal, quote, looked like it was doing water ballet, swimming around with outstretched arms. Another spent part of the time doing flips, and another seemed especially interested in minor sounds and smells.
Huh. That's really cool. I've never done what's the word they say?
Molly?
Molly, nah.
I haven't either.
Yeah,
But the interesting thing about this is, from a nerd perspective, is the scientist says, quote, an octopus doesn't have a cortex and doesn't have a reward circuit like humans do, right? Humans have a frontal cortex and a central nervous system. And the whole thing with octopi is each one of their tentacles has its own nervous system that it operates independently of like the main brain.
Yeah.
So it's actually like 9 different brains. Right?
I was aware of that, yes.
Yeah. And so they were wondering, would it respond the same way, not having a central nervous system that way and not having a central prefrontal cortex? And apparently it did. So he goes on to say, and yet it's able to respond to MDMA and produce the same effects in an animal with a totally different brain organization. To me, that means we really need to appreciate that the business end of these things is at the level of the molecule.
Huh.
Fascinating. Science.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah.
Hashtag science.
I actually read that a couple weeks ago at work.
Yeah, it's kind of an old story, but I was just looking through things to talk
Still
about, and I
cool.
thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I really like it.
Very interesting, yeah.
Oh, let's see what the dog skeleton looks like. Weird.
Next, we gotta give him some LSD.
Why does this one have a skull?
Do they not all have skulls?
No. Juno doesn't have a skull.
Oh, no, I don't want you, Juno. No.
Oh, no. You think maybe Juno doesn't have a skull because Michael Cera banged it out of him?
What? What? Why? I don't get it. What?
Juno
The
fucked
movie Juno.
the movie Juno
Oh.
with Michael Cera. She fucked Michael Cera.
Yeah. Funny.
You think that's why he doesn't have a brain?
I don't think.
Doesn't have a skull?
I'm sure it's why. And here, look, I'm a dog, and I have a rocket. Woo!
What the fuck even is this game?
This game is so great. They're gonna give me weapons.
Whoever made this game is on Molly. They were like, bro.
They were on some serious shit.
Bro. The dog is gonna have fucking rockets on its feet.
It's got a shotgun now and
We're
a
gonna
machine
put
gun.
lasers on the dog.
It's gonna have lasers, and you're gonna be able to walk in lava. Like,
We're gonna
yeah,
have a little
as you do.
robot follow it.
as one does.
Actually, the dog can walk in lava.
I know. We've already talked about this. That's why I
Okay.
brought it up.
All right.
It's like, as one does. Okay. So the last story. There's a new Star Trek animated series coming from one of the writers of Rick and Morty.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Yep. This is from IO9. So CBS has commissioned a 2-season order for Star Trek Lower Decks, a half-hour animated sitcom that follows the supporting crew working on one of Starfleet's least important ships. So it's named after a Next Generation episode called Lower Decks, and you remember it was that episode where they it followed like Ensign Rowe and then some of those other lower level ensigns.
Yeah.
And they were just doing their menial tasks for the day.
Yes, I do remember that.
So that's what it's named after, except the whole show is going to be that. And it's not going to be on the Enterprise. It's going to be on, some freighter or some poop-carrying vessel.
You know what it should be? It should be on one of the lithium vessels that has the Doctor on it.
What?
From Voyager? Remember how they were using the holograms?
Oh, the EMH?
To mine the lithium?
Well, see, here's the thing, though. You figured the EMH would never actually age, but of course, Robert Picardo is like 15 years older now.
Yeah.
So it's not really going to work. But nonetheless, so Lower Decks will be developed by Rick and Morty head writer / executive producer Mike Mahan and produced by Alex Kurtzman, who is in charge of all Star Trek right now. So they've already signed on for 2 seasons. So Alex Kurtzman said, quote, so Alex Kurtzman said that Mike won their hearts with his first sentence. He said, quote, "I want to do a show about the people who put the yellow cartridge in the food replicator so a banana can come out the other end." Apparently this guy, though, is actually a really big Star Trek fan. His cat's name is Riker, and his son's name is Sagan.
Which one's Sagan? Who's Sagan?
Carl Sagan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not Star Trek. That's, sci-fi-ish. So I'm...
Good old Sagan.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm really excited.
I'm surprised I've already ordered 2 seasons, too, without even seeing one of them.
Who is it? So, does he have any credentials beyond that?
Beyond Rick and Morty?
Beyond his dog's name? Oh, yeah. So.
Well, I mean, Rick and Morty. He's the head writer on Rick and Morty.
Well, then that's probably why.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So, do you think it's going to be like Rick and Morty?
I hope so. No, there's no way.
Yeah.
It's got the Star Trek logo attached to it. Must CBS own?
Yeah, CBS owns it. Well, CBS owns the franchise and the television rights. Paramount owns the movie rights.
Right.
So that's why you have the JJ verse, because CBS wouldn't let them do Prime.
Really?
For the movies.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That's bull.
So CBS and Paramount used to be owned by the same company, Viacom, and that was back in like the TNG and Voyager and DS9 days. So everything was all together. The movies and the shows were all together.
Mm-hmm.
And then right after Enterprise, they split, and CBS and Paramount, they split off, and I think CBS is still with Viacom, but Paramount isn't anymore. And so Paramount kept the rights for the movies, but they didn't keep the rights to the franchise. So even though they can make Star Trek movies, they have to license out the franchise and like all the names and characters and lore and everything from CBS. So CBS licensed out and said, hey, you can use the characters and stuff like that, but don't put it in the Prime timeline. So that's why they created the JJ verse.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's why it's not Prime timeline. That's why they created the Kelvin timeline. Even though it's also kind of Prime timeline, because technically the Kelvin is Prime.
I think we're going to... yeah, that's true. I think that I'm going to just leave this dog at the beginning, because it feels like a long one.
Oh, a long episode?
long mission, and I can't save it halfway through. So we're here. We're back at the beginning.
I think you just killed that dog. Did you hear it? That felt gross. Is that it?
I think that's it for today.
It's gonna be kind of a short episode.
It's a short episode, but it's okay.
But I like it, and I felt like we were succinct.
Yes.
Got some good topics in there.
Yeah.
Had some good discussion.
Short
I
and
liked
sweet,
it.
like Paul Lex's video games.
Exactly. See, I'm not here to waste your time, people. I'm here to get in, get off, get out.
I'm here to bring you dogs that fly.
Well, one of us is thinking about the audience.
Yeah.
So that's what I can say about that.
All right, guys. Well,
All right. Well, so as always, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Please share because we're not getting any subscribers. But and as always, you can get in contact with us. Leave a comment and get in contact with us. dontcallmepretentious@gmail.com. On the social media, facebook.com/dontcallmepretentious, twitter.com/@DCMPretentious, and also check out our political podcast. Our most recent episode was about the migrant caravan and some domestic terrorism that went down this past year. And it's a long one, 3 hours. We split the audio version into 2 different episodes because it's so long. But on YouTube, it's all one episode. That's Don't Call Me Political. You can see that over at Facebook or over at YouTube. Don't Call Me Political. It also has a Facebook page, facebook.com/don'tcallmepolitical. And you can get the audio version on iTunes, Google Play Music, Pocket Casts, and there's a direct RSS feed on the Facebook page.
You're such a cute puppy.
Hi, puppy.
Bye.
Jason would murder if he could. Bye.